Oh my God, I think you are having a little break at the moment, my gorgeous Aquamarini, especially in compared to what is about to come up, what is about to happen to you. I mean, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm not being funny, but this week it's gonna be like a bomb, literally like a bomb, especially when it comes to the midweek. You've got like two massive, crazy, unexpected situations. There is no way, there is absolutely no way you expected these two crazy situations whatsoever. But let me tell you, the crazier they are, the better outcome for you it's actually going to be. My gorgeous Aquamarini, sometimes we wait for certain things for such a long time, for a very, very long time. And we get to the point where we just think these things are never going to happen. And then boom, not one, but two big mamas are coming in, baby, knocking on your door and waiting to give you a big wet kiss, baby. Now, seriously, my gorgeous Aquamarini, this week it's gonna be ever so important, and I can tell you again, whatever you plan and whatever you think this week it's going to be like, I can assure you, I can 1,000,000% assure you that this week it's going to be completely different. Unexpected, yes, but absolutely brilliant. I'm telling you this because also at the beginning of this very week at the beginning of this very week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you are going to have a news which is instantly going to change your life. Okay, at the beginning of this week you are going to have this news, and this news is going to change your life forever. It is going to come from somebody who is in your life. It is going to come from somebody who is like well established. It is going to come from somebody who is directly connected to you. And this news is going to surprise you because you are going to be absolutely over the moon. You're not going to be able to believe what this person is going to tell you. And you're going to realize that the tables are about to turn, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and you are going to end up with an upper hand. That's exactly what you deserve after everything you have been through. And this particular person is not necessarily evil, but it is kind of unusual. And this particular person is somebody in your life who's directly connected to you. You love this person, this person loves you, an older person from you, mature, and it's like one of the main people in your life. But the problem with this person is that this person is very difficult sometimes. This person is very strange sometimes. This person is very unusual sometimes. But this person is like having a power to pull some kind of strings when it comes to your life, when it comes to the life of other people as well. But you are gonna be over the moon because you will be recognized for something so important. And on top of all that, something is gonna be like offered to you, and you will know that the tables are about to turn, and you will know that you ended up with an upper hand. You ended up, my gorgeous Aquamarini, with exactly what you deserve. And I'm so happy for you because I know how happy you're gonna be, because this is a lot to do with like certain things that, you know, lately you have found like such a hard work and they were preoccupying you. And karmically, you knew that you were like kind of done. You give so much of your energy towards something, and then you don't get not even half back from all that energy that you've put in. But you were smart and you were clever, and there were times when you really just had absolutely enough. But bless your heart, you kept going. You kept going. And there are a couple of very beautiful, special souls in your life. There is one specific person. Oh my God, this person gives you life. Somebody like really spiritual. It's either your best friend, like a best friend, or somebody who's like one of the main people in your life, like a ridiculously spiritual friend. There is, or like maybe even a person, maybe a family member, you know, but this person was always there. And this person is so spiritual, and this person is really, this person really has been like your guiding light, and you know this, and something is going to happen, and that is indeed going to be highlighted. I think that this person is ridiculously psychic, and this person tells you certain things, and they do indeed happen. That person is also going to warn you about something right at the beginning of this week, and you are so good because you're going to listen to this person. And what this person is going to warn you, it's going to be so crazy, it's going to be so random, but you know that this person comes up with the most random things ever, and they do come up, they do become reality. So you will know that, oh my God, no, I'm going to take this seriously. And that person is going to warn you about something so random. I think that person is going to have some kind of vision and is going to get in touch with you. And that person is going to tell you, listen, pay attention to this. And you are going to be so glad that you were following the advice of that person, because you are going to avoid something completely unnecessary as well. You don't have to worry about this whatsoever, because my gorgeous aquamarine, it is going to happen like this, step by step, and the most importantly, it's going to happen organically. So you don't have to worry what this is going to be. Trust me, it is going to happen. That particular person is going to get in touch with you, and is going to make you aware of something immediately to pay attention to, and you are going to be grateful for that as well. But also, my gorgeous aquamarine, I'm going back to the beginning of this week, so also you know why you're gonna feel so happy as well with what this person is gonna tell you, like at the beginning of this week, like this news. Listen, I don't want this reading to get too confusing, but at the beginning of this week, I said somebody older, somebody mature, somebody like with some kind of solid foundation in life, and somebody who is one of the main people in your life, like a family member, somebody who is pulling some kind of a string, some kind of strings here, and you know this, that particular person is really going to surprise you, and this is going to mean to you so much, because you're going to get recognized for what you should have got recognized like a long time ago. So you will elevate yourself to the specific position where you should be, where you should have been for a long time, so this is why this is going to be so important. But it's not only about that. Now the reason why you're going to feel so good and so happy, it's also there is an idea which you had, and now because of what this person is going to tell you, now you're going to be able to actually do something about this particular idea. This particular idea, this is going to mean to you so much, because it's like something that you felt connected to for so long. And this particular idea, it's also to do with your life, and it's to do with your lifestyle in general, but you were worrying about this so far, doing this, and it's about making some kind of lifestyle choice and the lifestyle decision here. But it's the decision that you've already made, but now you had an idea how to speed that up, but you couldn't do anything about it unless you had this information. Now when you have this information, this is going to open your eyes, and your path is going to be clear. This is like so important for you, because you will be able to reconnect with yourself. It is to do with a certain project which you've started a few months ago, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago. Within the 5, 6, 7 or 8 months ago, within the last 5, 6, 7 or 8 months ago, you've started some kind of a project, my gorgeous aquamarine. So now you're going to be able to speed that up as well, and this means that financially this is going to be brilliant for you as well, and things are most certainly going to start looking up. So this is so important, this project. So something that you've started already working on, something that you started building, and something that will get you life literally. In terms of stress and optimism, this is so brilliant to get rid of it, if you know what I mean. Absolutely brilliant for your spirit, and absolutely brilliant for your soul. And this in itself, it's also your guiding light, that this is gonna guide that project that I'm talking about, is your guiding light towards a new life, towards a new lifestyle. Okay, and that particular idea to speed that up, it's absolutely everything right now, because it's to do with you really realizing my gorgeous aquamarini, that you're due for a big massive lifestyle change, baby. This is you are due for a lifestyle change. There is something wrong, maybe a little bit, where you are right now. Where you are right now, it is not your final destination. Where you are right now, it is not your final destination. It is not where your destiny is leading you towards, or where you are. If this is your destiny and if this is your final destination, my God, then you're gonna need to do lots of changes, like maybe lots of refurbishments, like if you've got a garden, like lots of changes in the garden. Maybe you're just gonna need to redo the whole place, okay? But you know, this is something that you actually need to pay attention to, because I know that, you know, where you are at the moment, something is not right. Something is not right. This is not your final destination. And I don't want you to get paranoid or anything like that. If you are completely happy where you are and you're delighted, you know, and you feel this is it, you know, then, you know, then this destiny call, it's pretty much so to do with you making like really big, massive changes. And then you're gonna come to the bottom of it, okay? Then you're gonna realize how much you've actually needed to do certain changes. You will realize that this was ever so necessary for your free spirit, for your own personal liberation. So this is something that you really need to kind of pay attention to and realize what this is and establish this. It's just so important indeed. And also, my gorgeous aquamarini, right at the beginning of this week, you know, oh my God, this is why I'm saying I'm still at the beginning of this week. This week is just going to be absolutely out of this world. I'm still at the beginning of this week. And this is all going to be like completely connected, because 1 or 2 days after this moment in time, you are really going to be so happy, because you are going to come up with an important conclusion now. You will become aware of the compromise that you are going to need to make. But then again, you're still going to be like, oh my God, you're going to, 1 or 2 days later, you're going to come up with an important conclusion here. And when it comes to this important conclusion, it's pretty much so you are going to realize, like, you know, that you are going to need to make some kind of a compromise here, which is ever so important, my gorgeous aquamarini, but you're still kind of not going to be too sure. And I can see that you're going to need some time to be by yourself. You're going to need to have some times to be alone. And then there is going to be some kind of like a intuitive message which you're going to have. And when it comes to the time where you want to be alone, you know, this is to do with an emotional issue. It's to do with your emotions. It's to do with your feelings. And you know what is really good for your emotions and for your feelings? To sit by the river, to sit by the sea, to sit by the water, to sit by the lake. Sitting by the lake, river, water, sea, the sea in general, it's ever so important when it comes to our emotions, because it gets us going. It clears the blockages in a ways we will never be able to understand, but it does help us to elevate and come on top of things. And that in return is not only so superb when it comes to our emotional state of being, but it's also at the same time unlocks something so important within, which in return brings certain insight. So this is why I'm saying that an additional insight is going to come later on when you have this feeling where you're going to be where you're going to want to spend some time by yourself, sometimes on your own, my gorgeous aquamarini. And then suddenly you're going to realize when it comes to that particular compromise that, you know, it's a lot about structure and it's a lot about discipline in your life right now. And you're going to realize there are additional informations you're going to have. And you will know that this is going to be ridiculously rewarding. Okay, so additional information that is going to come to you through this insight is going to be based on like a structure and discipline that you are going to need to have if you make this compromise. But this compromise, it's ever so important. But what is going to be worrying you is the fact that once you make this compromise, you're not going to be able to get something back again. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter whatsoever. We are looking what's ahead. We are not looking what's behind. So you must not allow your past to kind of slow you down. Past is in the past and future is saying, hello, my gorgeous, I'm waiting. There you go. You see what I mean? So this is what you need to remember. This is going to be so rewarding rewarding for you. And I know that this may be confusing, like, oh my God, like you're gonna think about making a certain compromise. Trust me, you're gonna be very happy to start with when it comes to making that compromise, because that's the part of the conclusion that you're gonna have. But then you're still gonna be like, oh my God, I'm a little bit scared, you know, oh, I'm not too sure. And then you're gonna kind of need some time to spend by yourself. And these are these additional insights that are ever so important I'm talking about here, which are gonna be revealed to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Indeed, absolutely brilliant. Wow. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to the midweek, do you know what, before I go on to those two unexpected situations, you need to be careful. I've seen this before. Sorry, my darling, I've seen this before. You need to be careful. One of the younger people in your life, someone is around entities or people they shouldn't be around by. Okay, so it's maybe to do with your child, it's maybe to do with somebody younger, maybe younger friend, maybe younger family member, but someone is already, you have already been worrying about certain person because you knew that that certain person has been acting really strange, it's been acting really unusual. Okay, so that particular person is maybe being around wrong people. And I don't like this because I can sense something kind of bad and negative going on there in terms of these people doing something that they shouldn't be doing, in terms of maybe taking something or doing something that they shouldn't be doing or taking. And this particular person is very innocent, it's very lovely, it's very gorgeous, and I don't want to say naive, but it's just like maybe it's down to their age, not naive, but down to their age and compared to these people. So that person has found themselves within the wrong group of people. And for the love of God, you know what to say, you know what to do. As soon as you start talking to this person, you will know that you have got so many experiences in the past that you were dealing with something similar. I'm not saying that you were junkie, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you were like taking some kind of illegal substances or anything like that. Even if you did, it doesn't matter. It's not about that. Okay, but it is like some kind of experience from the past. Maybe you're going to remember certain people that were going through the same thing or something like that, but most certainly you're going to have an answer for that. So this is to do with a person who means to you so much. So karmically, this is going to be big. Instantly, you're going to feel proud of yourself because you will know almost instantly that there is going to be positive outcome when it comes to that. But also at the same time, there is a lesson that you will learn. There is something that you're going to learn, a specific lesson. Okay? But also you're going to realize that there is an aspect of your life. There is an aspect of your life which is going to be revealed, where you're going to realize that you almost forgot about putting more energy towards. But this is to do with your emotions. Bless your heart. Okay, but this is only because so much was going on in your life. You've been through so much within the last 2 or 3 years, you know. Don't blame yourself for anything. You haven't done anything wrong. In fact, you were like, oh my God, like honestly, you're like seriously an amazing person because everything you've been through and you managed to come on top. Just remember this. Be grateful for who you are. Lots of people wouldn't even be able to go through things you were going through within the last 2 or 3 years, and you managed to come on top. And on top of all that, everything is going to start unfolding in the most craziest of ways. So when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Aquamarini, just remember I said 2 crazy situations which are gonna be as unexpected as you can possibly imagine. Oh my God. Number 1, something very, very unexpectedly. Something very I can't speak anymore, I can't talk 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 anymore. 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 Oh yes, yes I can. I'm just joking, my gorgeous Aquamarine. You know how crazy I am. No, listen. So the first unexpected situation is going to happen at around the midweek. I told you 2 unexpected situations. Unexpected situation number 1. Oh my God, something completely unexpected. It's going to happen, and you are going to need to make an important decision. Something unexpected is going to happen, and you are gonna need to make an important decision. This important decision which you're gonna make, it's going to be like really, oh my God, because at the same time you're gonna find yourself on this crossroads, and you're gonna need to make an important decision. And the reason why this is gonna be so, oh my God, because you are at the same time going to be facing your fears. Okay, so that something unexpected is going to happen, and you're gonna need to make an important decision. And this important decision that you're gonna need to make, because you're going to find yourself on the crossroads. And to make everything even more like, oh my God, you are gonna need to face your fears. Okay, but now you need to understand that you are going to be absolutely fine here. And also you need to understand that, you know, there is something, the moment in time you face your fears, you will know what do you need to do. Listen, it's to do with a decision, and that decision that you're gonna need to make, you will realize that you're gonna need to face your fears. And the moment in time you face your fears, the moment in time you do that, you will know what you're gonna need to do. The moment in time you do this, something is gonna be revealed to you. Something is gonna be exposed to you almost immediately. And you will realize that this was one of the best things you could have ever done in your entire life. And you were so a little bit scared, you were a little bit paranoid, because you were facing your fears, purely because you did not expect this to happen at this stage of your life whatsoever. But subconsciously you were actually expecting this, so it is not going to be obvious, but you were prepared for this moment in time. So the moment in time you face your fears, the moment in time you make this decision, the moment in time you find yourself on the crossroads, that moment in time, almost instantly, something is gonna be revealed to you, and you're gonna be very, very grateful for what you have done, and everything is gonna start making sense, and you're gonna find this ridiculously rewarding, and you are gonna end up with 2 very, very interesting and rather unbelievable opportunities. You are gonna be so proud of yourself. I think that everybody who knows you, people who genuinely love you, are gonna be so proud of you. They're gonna feel proud to know you, because what you're gonna do right now, it's gonna be very, very special. And where these 2 opportunities are gonna lead, not that everybody is able to achieve something like this in their life. I hope you understand and you realize how special you are. And sometimes when people are so angelic like yourself, that's why people go through such a difficult things in life, okay? Because difficult things in life make person beautiful. And that's exactly what you are. That's exactly who you are. Here you're going to realize how special you are and how different you are, my gorgeous Aquamarine. No wonder I get on with Aquamarinis. It's true, baby. And the second, this is crazy, honestly. The second unexpected situation at around the midweek, my gorgeous Aquamarine, how do I even go about this? The second amazing and unexpected thing which is gonna happen like a bomb in your life, it's also gonna happen in a slightly different way. You know how the second unexpected thing going to happen? You are going to realize completely unexpectedly, at the time when you least expect, that somebody is taking an advantage of somebody else. And the moment in time you realize this, that moment in time, you will realize that you want to come clean with something. You're also going to realize that it's time to turn over new leaf. And that in itself, it's going to reflect on you understanding that you have to be in charge. Now it's time to be the leader and take over this role. You are at the same time, again, showing to others how it's done. Listen to me very carefully when I say that now it's time to turn over new leaf, my gorgeous aquamarine. It's about you understanding that now you have to be in charge. You need to be in charge. The moment in time you realize that someone is taking an advantage of somebody else, this is again going to work in your favor, because you are really kind of going to have such a creative achievement out of all that. But then at the same time, you taking over this leadership role right now, being in charge here, you have no idea where this is going to take you. You have no idea how much this is going to reflect on every single aspect of your life, and it's going to reflect on everything that you have been going through in a negative way within the last two or 3 years. Here you are going to get appreciation from certain people who did not appreciate you whatsoever. You're not doing this to get an appreciation from people who didn't appreciate you. Well, who cares? You know what I mean? See you later, alligator. No, baby, no, it's not about that. But it's more about you using this aspect and being able to move on with your life. You're just benefiting from that energy. That's the best it can happen, when it comes to the specific people. But at least this is going to be contributing towards things becoming so much better and so much lighter and so much less tense in between you and the specific people in your life. I'm not saying that you're going to be like the best friends, like after like so much these people have done to you, certain people, but at least, you know what I mean? You agree to disagree, and you kind of benefit from more positive energy rather than like tension all the time. Tension is so bad for our own energy in general. It's like so bull. It's not a good energy whatsoever, because it tend to drain our energy, which does affect us in so many different ways. And also when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous aquamarine, you know what? When it comes to the midweek, this is all going to lead towards you opening up towards new perspectives. This is all going to lead towards you opening up towards new perspectives. And there is something that you wanted to put off, something that you found like a hard work, and then you're going to realize that this is imminent. Slight readjustment where you thought that something has come to an end, something that you found like a really hard work, and now you're going to realize this is imminent. And also at around a similar time, you are going to become aware of somebody was lying, somebody was sneaky, not to you, but to somebody else. And this is the group of people who are around you, group of family members, for example, yes, group of family members. And one of the evil ones was lying, and you will quote someone lying. Someone was lying, someone wasn't honest, and this is not good whatsoever. And what you need to be very smart. So you're going to quote someone lying, you're going to quote someone cheating, you're going to quote someone doing something what they shouldn't have been doing in the first place. No, baby, no, this is not going to be good. But it's to do with somebody in your life, like a family member who you were aware of all this time. And I've been talking about this little bastard for a long time, So you will be able to find out that that person was lying, maybe even cheating about something. And you have to be very smart. You must not make an impulsive mistake by doing something about it immediately. No, baby, no. Be smart, be clever. You know what do I mean by this? The moment in time you find out that this little bastard was lying, you don't make an impulsive mistake. I know it's easy for me to say, but don't make an impulsive mistake to go there and have a go at this person. But you have to be very smart and keep quiet, because there are more informations and more things you're about to find out Be smart, be clever, and don't say anything right now. Otherwise, you may not even be able to prove certain things. Within like about a month or two, you'll be able to prove certain things. And this is why this is going to be so important. Just remember that, okay? And also, my gorgeous aquamarini, aquamarini, aquamarini. How dare you? I'm joking. I moved the rooms, you know, so I don't know if you can hear it. Like I'm next to the road now. I had to move the rooms because in my previous room, lots of children were playing outside, and then I couldn't really film, you know. So I decided to change the rooms and come back to my old room, and now I can hear police every 5 minutes, you know, passing by. Anyway, my gorgeous aquamarini, we are moving on to the last part of this week. The last part of this week, you are going to have a really positive experience. You will enjoy yourself. It's like a social experience. You will be surrounded by the group of people, and you will be really loving it. You will enjoy yourself. You will have a great time, and you will enjoy yourself in a way like you haven't enjoyed yourself in a while now. You will really be surrounded by really nice people. You're going to feel free, you're going to feel positive, you're going to feel optimistic, you're going to have a fun time. But there are going to be a couple of very interesting people around you, very smart people, and there is some very intense conversation going to come up, you know, serious, but you will really enjoy this. And then suddenly there is something, you are going to realize certain possibilities, very, very interesting possibilities for yourself. And now when it comes to these possibilities, this is to do with something that you've had difficulties with starting. Something you've had difficulties starting, something that you were thinking about starting for a long time, but nothing ever happened. So it's to do with some kind of unfinished business, if I could even call it this way. So it's like to do with some kind of unfinished business, but then again, you need to start this again, but you had difficulties or you didn't know how to do this. So there are a couple of interesting possibilities that are indeed gonna come up, and you are gonna feel so happy, and you are gonna take these possibilities on board, and you are gonna be not only gonna be able to kind of do something about this unfinished business, but at the same time, as soon as you kind of like incorporate these two possibilities into this situation, not only this situation, it's gonna be like really positive for you, but there is also 1 or 2 days after that moment in time, you are gonna really become aware of this like creative opportunity that is going to come out of it as the kind of next step forward. And this creative opportunity is only gonna seem like something so insignificant, but my God, look where this is going to take you. This little insignificant creative opportunity which is going to come out of it, it's probably going to become one of the most successful aspects of your entire life, and probably one of the most surprising things in your life that ever happened to you, where you kind of felt things in a certain way, like being tiny little and kind of a little bit significant in such a way where it's like a creative opportunity. But my God, this in itself is going to play absolutely major role when it comes to every single aspect of your life being literally transformed. This little opportunity is going to open the brand new door for you, not just yet, but at around the end of October 2024. At the end of October 2024, this little opportunity is going to become this major aspect of your entire life, because the brand new door are about to open. And when you realize where these doors are going to lead, you are not going to be able to believe. And all this, my gorgeous aquamarini, it is indeed going to be the direct result of your hard work. I love you. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.